welcome to this episode of Security Journal America's Leaders in Security podcast series. I'm your host, Eve Goode, and I'm the digital content editor for Security Journal Americas. Today, I'm joined by Jeff June, the Vice President of Sales for North America at ICT, a manufacturer of unified and intelligent electronic access control and security solutions that enable organizations to protect their people, operations, and information. Jeff, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Eve.
Great. Well, thank you for joining me. And to familiarise yourself with our listeners, could you just tell me a little bit about you and your time with ICT?
Yeah, of course. I've joined ICT roughly 7 months ago as Vice President of Sales for the U.S. market. I've been in the industry for a little over a decade, and I joined ICT because it's a growing manufacturer in the U.S. with a fantastic platform that more people need to know about. So happy to be on board here.
Lovely. Okay, so firstly, I wanted to start by asking you about how security systems are becoming more complex every year, yet users want things to feel simpler. How do you see the balance between complexity and usability playing out across the industry?
That's a great question. And I think everybody's experiencing this right now. You know, there is a balance between the complexity and usability. And I think what it really comes down to is the unification of platforms. You know, as systems grow in capability and combining access control, intrusion, video automation, or any of the other integrations that tie into it really helps simplify the user experience and the integrator experience. Having that kind of single pane of glass to operate, pulls out a lot of the programming and complexity and really puts things into a single box that the end user themselves can use to drive solutions, and improves operating efficiencies, helps the integrator manage the platform much better. So when systems are designed this way, security teams are able to make faster decisions. They have greater visibility into all the different systems and fewer compatibility challenges. Really, in other words, the system may be complex behind the scenes, but the user experience becomes intuitive, it's efficient, and far less stressful. So the true simplicity is achieved not by necessarily removing compatibility, but making a powerful tool easier to use.
So could you tell me from your experience, what is effective security and what does it mean today? And how has your definition of effective security changed over time?
Again, good question. Effective security has evolved from simply keeping buildings secure to creating an intelligent and adaptable ecosystem that empower people and operations. Today, effectiveness means probably more than just hardware reliability. It's about systems that unify, adapt, and support. A truly effective solution, connects every part of the environment under one platform. Technology is constantly is changing today, so it evolves as needs change in the back end, and it's backed up by strong partnerships that ensure ongoing success. It's really no longer about just protecting the asset. It's really enabling it to be smarter, faster, and more resilient. And at the end of the day, it's really helping our customers secure their success.
Could you share a real-world example where a unified system has transformed daily operations or simplified management? Now, I know you spoke about that in the first question, so could you just elaborate on that a little bit further, please?
Yeah, I think we see this often, right? Systems are designed early on, oftentimes based on familiarity. The discovery process from an end user sometimes gets overlooked, and we use the best technology in every silo we can think of. So maybe great camera system or great visitor management system or great access control system. We try to tie these together, and sometimes it really makes things complex on the backside for managing multiple things, where that unified platform that has great integrations and again, that single pane of glass truly helps the end user manage one solution from one piece of software. So you can imagine if you're working for 4 or 5 different platforms within one single organization, you have to learn those softwares. You have to learn the complexities of each one, and when you do that, obviously it's a drain on operating time. There's multiple people in the organization that touch these things. It's for the integrator, it's multiple things to program. So when you can consolidate that down, and we see this a lot in the educational vertical, especially in the banking or finance institutions where they're working from multiple different things, where when you have that unified platform, you can manage the people, manage the tools from that single solution. And it really creates an ecosystem that it delivers on the needs of the organization, but really keeps it simple so that you can still focus on your main job.
So I know you mentioned a bit about integration there. Can you tell me about what role open integration plays in ensuring a solution stays relevant for the years to come?
Integration's the has been the buzzword for the last 5 years and will continue to be. uh, Open integration really is the foundation for future readiness. Technology changes quickly. I think we experience this in our personal lives as well as our professional lives, and especially in security. New devices, analytics, regulatory requirements. It goes on and on. It emerges and changes every single year. So systems that are built on a flexible open architecture, it really ensures organizations can integrate new capabilities and evolve without really expensive replacements. With open platforms, really the sky's the limit when it comes to technology integration options. As the needs of the end user or the integrators grow, so can the system. Really seamlessly expanding functionality and adapting to new requirements without starting over. So this approach not only prevents costly rip and replace replacements, which everybody has capital constraints. I think more so today than ever. But it also protects your investment over time. So where closed systems, by contrast, can really limit that innovation, creating some long-term barriers. Uh, Further on that, open integrations keep a solution both relevant and sustainable, empowering organizations to really grow as their security and operational needs evolve over time.
Keeping on the theme, technology is only half the story and partnership is the other half. What does genuine partnership look like between a manufacturer and an integrator or an end user?
Absolutely. Probably the most critical of the two is really partnerships. Genuine partnership to me, and I think to ICT, means being more than just a vendor. It's really a shared commitment, and it's most importantly trust. The best manufacturers stand beside their integrations and in users through every stage. So whether it's planning, implementation, training, and most important, ongoing support. So that includes, responsive service, transparent communication, and resources that empower the teams to succeed long term. It's not just about delivering products, but ensuring every product is backed by expertise, reliability, and accountability. When the people behind the platform are invested in your success, technology and business partners perform better.
Do you think that the industry can do better at fostering long term relationships rather than just for one time sales?
Absolutely. I think that the shift will really start with focusing on outcomes and not transactions. So, and that's I think everyone in the industry would agree. Long-term relationships are built on delivering measurable value through reliable performance, consistent support, and really solutions that can evolve with the customer's needs. Manufacturers can strengthen this by ongoing training, certification programs. My marketing team will love this. Co-marketing opportunities, so helping our integration partners grow their business. When success is shared, the partnerships last longer, and the customer experience has greater continuity and trust.
So, what is the one main thing that you'd like our listeners to take away about building effective, future ready security systems?
I would say that the most successful systems combine unification, which we've talked about, flexibility, and strong partnerships. And really, none can stand alone. It's the old 3 legs of the stool analogy. unified systems, simplify the complexity, open integrations, ensure long-term adaptability, and genuine partnerships really tie it all together. That's between the end users, the manufacturers, and the integrators that sit between that. When these three things align, security moves beyond just protection and become really a strategic advantage, a smarter, more scalable, and more dependable ecosystem that's really ready for anything.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. So thank you for talking to us here at Security Journal Americas. You've been a great guest speaker on the podcast. So thank you for all your wonderful insights. And hopefully we can speak together again soon and maybe do another podcast.
Great. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Steve.
I also want to thank our listeners for tuning into this episode of Security Journal America's Leaders in Security podcast series. I've been your host, Eve Goode, and be sure to keep your eyes and your ears out for our next episode coming very soon.